Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Local Business Spotlight. My name is Diana Lockie and I'm a local real estate agent here with Pinnacle Group Realty in Cary. And today we're actually at our office at 2000 Regency Parkway in Cary, and I'm glad so I can show you our entry area here. And today I have a special guest on my show. I have Heather Perkins. She's the owner of AlaCarte Cabinet Painting, and I'm glad to have her today because I just wanted to share really quick with you that we noticed that the interest rates have come down quite a bit and the market has picked up. So if you're thinking about putting your house for sale, it's a great time to think about those repairs and upgrades that you need to do, especially in the kitchens, because kitchens are so looked at. That's the one thing that we look at in a house, number one. So I'm glad to have Heather here so she can tell us like the more affordable way. Instead of replacing your cabinets, you can use her services to do the painting of the doors, the hinges, and all that. So welcome, Heather.
Thank you, Diana. I appreciate you having me.
So tell us about your business.
So AlaCarte Cabinet Painting I started it about 4 years ago, really out of market demand. I kind of got into the business because my father was a woodworker, hobbyist, and I just have been around it my whole life. And we've always, throughout all various houses that we've owned, we've done the upgrades and tried to do what we could DIY. We painted our own cabinets back in Massachusetts, and then we moved down here. I painted our cabinets here, and then my next door neighbor saw them and was like, "Oh my gosh, can you paint my cabinets?" So we did hers, and then word spread, and I actually put a picture out on a social media site, and within before you knew it, I had numerous. I probably had at least 50 people reach out to me and asking me for an estimate on painting their kitchen cabinets. And I was like, well, I don't even have a business yet. I still had a full-time job. So that was the start of it. And that's kind of how I was like, okay, there's a real need to do cabinet painting on a budget. But the idea behind my business and what makes us different is that we have the whole business model is built off of kind of that DIY aspect. So we offer homeowners the ability to do some of the easier things themselves, like they can clean their own cabinets, they can unhang their doors and drawers, and they can rehang things to help save money. Because my team, I can either pass the savings on to homeowners, because they're fairly easy. It takes time to do all those things, but it's not necessarily difficult to do. Or I can pay my team members to do that. So that's one way that homeowners can really keep the costs pretty affordable when they're looking at taking on a project like this. The other thing that we offer, which I think there's maybe one other company in the area that does this, but we have a real DIY program. It's called our PYOB, so Paint Your Own Boxes program. So we take it a step further. So those homeowners, they would do their own cleaning, own unhanging, own rehanging, but we also would teach them how to paint their own boxes, and we provide them with all the tools and supplies necessary to do that. We give them a tutorial and everything. So we just hold their hand and walk them through that process. So for our super ambitious DIY homeowners, it's a great option because you can really save about 50% off the cost of a kitchen, cabinet painting project, and yet still get professional results that look amazing. So
that's good because everyone has different budget. And some people also like to be in control of what their own project. So hanging and unhanging, that might be something that they can save with. So and then you mentioned to me that the paint you use is a special paint. It's not something you just can pick up at the Lowe's or Home Depot.
That's right. So we import well, I don't import it. Our distributor in Charlotte imports paint straight from Italy. So it's called Ecro right here. So a lot of your listeners would not be familiar with this because this is new to the United States. It came here January of last year. And actually, our company is one of the first users in the entire United States of this product. But what makes this so special is that it's a 1 and 2K polyurethane system. And these are like super, super high-end wood coatings that are specifically designed for cabinets and cabinetry. I kind of say it's kind of like the Mercedes of the paints. It's one of the best things that you can put on your cabinets for like longevity and durability, and just the look is just flawless and beautiful. You get that manufacturer finish, and that that lasting durability that is super important. So no, you cannot go and pick this up at Benjamin Moore, Sherwin-Williams. This is, you have to use a professional refinisher in order to get this paint.
Yeah.
But
can you show us also the door that you?
Oh,
use?
yeah, sure.
Yeah,
So this is, this is just sort of a sample, and you can kind of feel the finish is like nice and buttery and
yeah,
and
exactly.
soft,
I mean, this is exactly what you would buy at the like if you buy new cabinets. This is what they would look like.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, it's kind of better in some respects than a manufacturer finish because I have actually fixed brand new cabinets in new builds, and you would be surprised sometimes with the quality that is used. It's not going to be this paint. It's going to be maybe a lacquer or something else that's not quite as good as this. So this is, in many cases, this is a better wood coating than what you would even get manufacturer quality.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So.
And you mentioned that there's also a variety of colors that people can choose from.
Yep. So with us, and this is actually it's really dirty, but
No,
there's
it's
a sample door that we had. So yeah, you can get almost any color under the sun. We can match any manufacturer, Sherwin-Williams, Benjamin Moore, Fair and Ball, like pretty much any manufacturer. If it's something that we don't have in our system already, then we just require a wet sample and we can match it perfectly. So really you can have any color under the sun.
Oh,
so,
that's great. Yeah. And do you also help people pick out their color?
I do.
Yeah.
So that's one of, so I have a background in art and design, and so that's one of the free services that we provide to our clients. And, it's really important to me that my clients are like super satisfied with their color. And, I always say, I'm never going to let you put a bad color in your cabinets. So that, we spend a lot of time and sometimes it's a process to get to the right color, but we do things. I send them like free samples through Sample-Eyes once we kind of narrow down our choices, and we'll do virtual mock-ups just so people can kind of get a general idea if let's say they're not sure if they want their kitchen like all in one color or, main color here and a pop of color here. We can kind of do these virtual mock-ups for people so they can get a general idea of different design variations in their kitchen. So
okay, yeah, that's very helpful. It's hard to pick colors.
It can be.
It's very hard to
with
pick
whites.
Colors, yeah.
A lot of people go with white, but all whites are not created equal.
That's right. Yeah.
So it's important to find the right whites or the right color with the correct undertones. And we had several years ago, we fixed a kitchen another local refinisher had done, and the homeowner thought she was putting this white color on her cabinets, but it ended up having a lot of pink undertones to it. And it looked like when I walked into their house, it looked kind of like a Pepto-Bismol color. And it was, I felt like my heart went out to her, and she's like, I have pink cabinets. And that's all great. This year, that would have been great with the whole Barbie thing. That she would have been like, she would have been trending. But back then, you know, she was not too happy to have like this sort of blushy, like light pink cabinets. So we fixed that for her.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So let's talk about you a little bit.
Okay.
So where are you originally from?
Okay, so I'm a New Jerseyan, native New Jerseyan. So I grew up in New Jersey. Went to college up north at University of New Hampshire. Got my degree in art, like I mentioned. Met my husband up there. Basically, like stayed up there and raised our family for many, many years. And then we moved down here about 6 years ago. And actually, I have sort of a weird background because it wasn't all art, and you know, like I do have that piece to me, but I also originally went to college for nursing. So kind of later in life, I went back into nursing, and I was a school nurse before actually moving down here. And I decided, you know what, I did not want to. The nursing, how they do things here is very different from how they do things up north. And I was like, I don't want to practice down here. So I, you know, I still worked in the school systems, but I was like, this is not really going to help so much with my kids' college bills. So, you know, things kind of just came together. And but all throughout, you know, I'm with the artistic background, and I illustrated like children's book, and that's sort of my passion, and my love is sort of like art and design, and which is why this is such a good fit.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
So your kids help you in your business or not?
That's a great question. So I have 3 grown kids. I would say my middle one, who is 22 now, when she went to ECU, but when she came home she'd come home on the weekends, and she spent her summers working with me. So she actually was a big help. A couple of years ago, she made quite a bit of money with me, so that was a good side job for her. My son has recently started to kind of help out in the workshop, so I have him doing some of the prep. And I'm teaching him how to spray. So
cool.
And he really likes the whole spraying piece of it. So that's kind of fun. And my oldest daughter, she helps out. Sometimes she'll help out with like installations and things like that. So yeah, they all kind of do play their part, but I don't plan for them to help out necessarily, because they all have their own jobs.
That's
and
right,
you know, they're all kind of doing their thing. So
yeah, but it's nice for them to be around. You know,
yeah,
and
they all understand. They all understand it, and they
Mm-hmm.
all, you know, help out when they can.
Yeah,
So
it helps families stay close together. You know.
Yeah. So who knows? Maybe one day one of them will take it over when
Yeah.
I get old and crickety.
So, what motivates you?
What motivates me? Well, I think like just having the satisfaction of a home, like transforming a kitchen that really was lifeless and really kind of at the end of its rope, or just you walk into it and you're like, oh, like, you know, you've been in those spaces where you're like, oh my goodness, this could be so much more. And then the beauty of what we do is that it's so fast, like things are done usually within like 6 days. So you get that automatic satisfaction of seeing something completely transformed in front of your eyes. And it's a great feeling, but like and it's something that can be done. It's not cheap, but in the whole scheme of things, when you're looking at remodeling a kitchen, it really is the most affordable option for people that will give you like your space a whole new look. It's really satisfying to see that. And also just, you know, like hearing from our clients who are so happy and just so thankful, you know, for, you know, we're pretty meticulous when it comes to how we do things. And it's just, it's getting that satisfaction from people. So.
Yeah, definitely more affordable because, you know, some of us have older homes that we like how they're built. We like our old cabinets.
Right.
And we don't want to replace them with something of a lower quality, thinner material, and which is going to cost, you know, like 5 times more.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So this way we can keep our old cabinets that we like, and then but freshen them up.
Absolutely. And there is that middle option too. So we are also just getting into offering refacing services. So we just had a project recently where, small kind of galley kitchen, no cabinets, the doors were quite damaged and just not. It would have cost them more money to pay me to refinish the old doors. Sometimes it makes more sense to just go ahead and order new doors. So I'm like if I can save a door, I will. I'll do whatever is the cheapest and best option for clients. But sometimes it does make sense to go ahead and just order new doors or new doors and drawers. For this particular client, we actually were able to save the drawers and just order new doors. So that. And the reason it saved her money on that, because if we had ordered her new drawers, we would have to have new boxes for the drawers made, because hers were attached. So it wasn't like a simple, you could take the drawer face off and just order the new drawer. It would have been exponentially more costly for them to have the whole thing done. So we saved the drawers, and then just ordered the new doors, and it came out beautiful. So that sometimes that is the best option for people. And sometimes too, with the melamine or the MDF kind of doors, sometimes you've got that thermofoil, like we talked about, that tends to peel back over time. And sometimes, sometimes you've got damage. So if water gets in there and it starts to swell some of the edges or whatever, there's no fixing that. Like, you can't fix that swelling MDF. In those cases, we would say, you know what, let's just order you a new door, right? And then we can remove the thermofoil from the other doors, or we sort of just assess the situation. And it's a kind of like per project and determine like what the best course of action is going to be. Also taking somebody's budget into consideration, because sometimes it's not always like cut and dry. You can kind of,
So you custom work with every case
right.
by case.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, that's nice. Yeah. So what would your customers say they love most about your business?
I think, our team is just amazing. They're so dedicated and they're so experienced. So we have one person on our team that's been painting for 40 years. That's a long time. We have several other people on our team that have come to us from another local refinishing company that are phenomenal. Like, they're just the attention to detail, and we know what things we need to look for. Because we don't want to be, as much as we love our clients, we don't want to be hearing back from them with like, hey, can you come and fix so-and-so? So we try to get it right the first time to avoid that. But I would say, above all, it's really our communication, with the client. It's sort of that whole holistic client experience. The client's comfortable approaching any of us. They can talk to anybody on the team, and they're just really friendly, and we try to make the experience as positive as possible for people, and kind of be in and out of their house and live the amount of time that we're there, and leave things cleaner than we found them. So
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So what are your goals for the next year?
That's a great question. So, it's something, I have goals, obviously, and I'm sort of like a slow and steady growth person. So I try not to add too much in for the upcoming year, but always find something newer and better to offer our clients. What ways can we improve our services, or what things, So 2 things that we're offering for the upcoming year. Number 1 is we're going to be probably halfway through the year. It really just depends on when the product comes out. eCro is going to be coming out with a safer option for 2K or 2-component paints. it's really technical information that I won't get into, but it's basically like, as good as this product is, there's something that's even a smidge better that we'll be able to offer clients, but I can't offer it now because I'm not set up to offer it as it exists, because you need special equipment, and I just don't have that. You need like airfed respirators, and you know, it's kind of dangerous material and stuff to work with. So we'll be offering a newer version of the paint to clients soon, which is great. And then the other thing that we're launching for this year, which is a new concept, totally, I don't even think it exists in the industry. It's I call it your door is our canvas campaign. So we take a cabinet door. We have Michelle Zanolini with MMM Artistry is our professional artist on our team, and she's amazing. Like, she does commercial and residential murals, like large mural, like she can paint anything. She is she went to school for, she's a professional artist. She's taking these doors, and you can have a design done on the back of your door. Oh. So let's say you had like your favorite sports team, or I don't know, you had a wine cabinet and you wanted it to look like, let's say you wanted like wine glasses, a picture of wine glasses and vines and whatever. Like, you could you could have your own custom made, hand signature painted door made with us.
Wow, so that's fun.
Yes,
that's interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely like a different thing, but you know what? Why not have that artistic aspect to your cabinets, especially for special places? Like butler's pantries and man caves or whatever. I mean, you choose the space and we'll paint it. So
yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Thank you.
So what else do you do besides work? I know it's a lot. I know it's a lot.
I know. Well,
running a business.
So I mean, I am a mom of 3, but my kids are older, but they still kind of need me too. So we have 2 dogs, 3 cats. So I feel like we have a little zoo at home. Other than like walking the dogs, I like to like just spend time with my friends and family, like just that quality time with whoever is important to me, is where I put my time, like in terms of like hobbies. Let's see, I used to do yoga. I have a lot of used to's before I started the business. And now, because I'm so physically active, I don't go to the gym. I probably should, but I don't have a whole lot of extra. When you run a business, as you know, even being in real estate, I honestly just don't have a whole lot of extra time. There are some days, unfortunately, that I am working 7 days a week, and I don't necessarily get a break. So, and then there's the exhaustion piece of it too. Like, I'm not exactly a spring chicken. So if I put a 10-hour day in, then all I'm going to want to do is kind of relax at night and have a glass of wine.
So what you sometimes happens to me. What do I do besides work? Is sleep. I'd like sleep. I'd like some sleep. Yeah.
Right. I know. Like, my husband, he loves going to breweries. So we'll go to some local breweries. So you might see us out and around.
Enjoying town. Yeah, we have a nice town we live in. So there's a lot to do. Yeah. That's good. And so we're almost ready to wrap up. And before that, can you tell us what's the best way to reach you?
Yeah, so you can book a free estimate with us if you're interested at www.alacartepainter.com. So it's ALACARTE painter.com. You can visit us on Facebook, we have Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. You can find me on LinkedIn if you want. So there's many ways. We're also A+ rated on BBB, so that's important because sometimes people ask me that. You can call. I do have a phone number that they can call too. It's 774-258-1010.
Okay, thank you. Well, thank you, Heather, so much. It was great learning about your business and about you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for doing this interview with us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, with that, that ends our episode of Local Business Spotlight. And again, my name is Diana Lockie, a local real estate agent with Pinnacle Group Realty in Cary. Thank you so much for watching.